Adding decimals. When adding decimals, it is very important to keep the decimal points in line. A decimal point can be placed to the right of any whole number without changing the number's value. Example, 2.65 plus 18 plus 0.268. The first thing we must do is to place the decimal points in a straight line. 2.65. The second number is 18. The 18 is understood that there's a decimal point to the right of the 18. Any whole number can be written with a decimal point to the right without changing the value of that particular number. 18 can be written as 18.00, 18.000, and the number is still 18. But must rewrite 18 so it is written as a decimal notation. So we write 18 as 18.00. And this particular number is still 18. 0.268 will be written next, 0.268. In order to fill in the spaces, we can add zeros without changing the values of these numbers. 2.65, we add a zero, still 2.65. 18.00, by adding another zero, is still equivalent to 18. Now let us add the numbers. 8 for the first one, 6 and 5, 11, 1, carry 1. 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 0, still 7, plus 2 is 9. Bring the decimal point straight down. The decimal point must be in a straight line. 8 plus 2, 10, 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So the answer for this particular problem, 2.65 plus 18 plus 0.268 equal 20.918.
In the machine shop, we're constantly using gauge blocks, and we use them to measure parts. Now, here is a set, and some of them are used, and I have some out that I'm going to be showing you also. Have you noticed they all have a decimal point on them? And with these gauge blocks, we can make all different sizes depending what we want to measure. Now, I wrote down a number of gauge blocks I have right over here. This stack is together. This is a 2-inch, 600 thousandths, 125 thousandths, 1,008 10,000ths. And if the jolt blocks are put together, you can actually tilt it. That will show you that they're tightly together, otherwise it would fall apart. And one of the things you have to do when you're adding numbers like these with decimals, you have to line up these decimals. Let's add them up together. 8, 5, 2, 6, 7, 8, 2, and then bring down a decimal. And so now we have 2 inches, 8,258 10,000ths. And I have that right over here. And this is a micrometer. And I'm going to measure these gauge blocks right here. And you can see it measures 8,258 10,000ths. And you can see that right over here. There's the 800, and it's over 25. And there's the 8 10,000ths over the 0. Now you may say, where do you use this? Let me give you an example, a practical example. This is a hub, and we have this in a machine, and we want to measure the dimension of this hub. And so one of the most precise methods is using a gauge block. And so all we have to do is take this, and we can measure that now. As you can see, that gives us the exact dimension of the width of that keyway. Then we know we have the size. And so we can now make increments in 1/10,000ths measure precisely different parts that we make.
Please pause the video now and complete the problems in your workbook. When finished, press play, and we'll continue with the next lesson.